So right at pretty much what is the start of the final home stretch of the season, the part of the season where play ramps up, the intensity ramps up, really just everything gets magnified, especially for teams fighting for seeding position, the Lakers just absolutely demoralized the OKC Thunder, who statistically have been the best team in the league all season long. And I think something clicked for the Lakers in this game. And honestly, they made us realize that they haven't been trying over the last month or so, and that has been LeBron's mindset over the last 15 years. Do just good enough in the regular season and then go all out in the playoffs. And I feel like that's what the Lakers are doing. And I think they use this game against the Thunder as a test to see where they truly stand and how they measure up against the top dogs in the West. Against the top dog in the West, and I think they proved not only to themselves, but to the entire NBA that they are for real and that you do not want to see them in the playoffs. I mean, they have two of the greatest minds in the game on the court pretty much at all times. So in this video, I want to break down this dominating win. I want to talk about Luka's performance that included some jaw-dropping plays. I want to talk about Reeves, LeBron, and how the other guys down the depth chart made an impact. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so let's start out this video breaking down some game film. Luka and Jackson Hayes really all season long, since the trade, have had a pretty solid connection, and the Lakers love to start off games with the lob. Luka just starts the play out wrapping around and taking the ball, Hayes rolled, and Luka does a really good job of penetrating because he really goes until the last second. He sometimes gives it up just before landing, which creates the easy look and 2 points. I do think that Luka struggles on the defensive end sometimes. I mean, that's kind of been the knock on him his whole career. There were multiple plays where SGA saw that he had him one-on-one, and it was money every time, straight to the rack. But offensively, there is no denying that Luka might be the most impactful player in the NBA, in terms of just his scoring, passing, and everything he does. Now here, LeBron is leading transition, and as he does and has always done so well, he slows things down, surveys the defense, and makes a crazy bounce pass, anticipating where Rui was gonna be, and good finish by Hachimura here as well. Now for a defensive highlight, I love the way the Lakers rotated here. The Thunder did score, but I'm sure JJ Redick will take this defensive effort almost every time. They wall off SGA, forcing him to pass. Dort is not going to pull a 3 with a defender in his area unless he has to, so he swings it corner. And even though Chet Holmgren is an amazing young player with unlimited potential, 8 out of 10 times LeBron is going to shut this down just because of the size mismatch. But this time he does kind of get beat on the pump fake, but Rui was right there to step up in front of him. This was a good example of great defense but better offense. Now on this play, you can say I'm glazing, but let's just appreciate greatness, because a 40-year-old should not be able to explode to the rim like this. Vanderbilt kind of walks Alex Caruso in, LeBron crosses left and goes right to the rack for the easy 2. And then to follow that up, LeBron took a heat check and drilled a signature 3, and he could do nothing but smile after that one. Now moving on to the third quarter, this is something right here that LeBron and whatever center is in the game can do every time in the playoffs, because all the Lakers bigs are athletic. Hayes sets the screen, LeBron goes right, both cut to the basket, Brown gives it up, and even though Hayes missed, there was nobody on LeBron, so this basically served as a pass. There are so many more plays I can talk about from the game because the Lakers were that dominant and they made that much of a statement. But now to get into some of the numbers, Luka Doncic played 37 minutes and had 30 points with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. He also showed up a little bit on the defensive end at times, getting 2 steals, and he led the starters in plus minus, being plus 18, and he also shot an efficient 11 of 20 from the field. LeBron played 34 minutes. I gotta believe that's probably gonna be his max for the playoffs. I know he is LeBron James, but there is no way a 40-year-old should be playing more than 35. But who knows, because LeBron just continues to defy all odds and do things that shouldn't be possible. He had 19 points with 3 rebounds and 7 assists, but he was super efficient in terms of shooting, going 9 for 17 from the field. Rui Hachimura had 11 points with 7 rebounds, which is an okay game for him. I thought he played his role perfectly though, and the Lakers were just clicking, so it's not like Rui really had to do much more than he did. And then Austin Reeves is a guy who I still think doesn't get talked about enough, even though he has been gaining traction over the last 2 years and is starting to become a big time name. But I think he is the big X factor for the upcoming playoffs, and he had 20 points and was plus 15 in terms of plus minus. Now for the bench, Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith were the big contributors. Gabe had 12 and DFS had 14 along with 7 rebounds and 2 assists. I would like to see guys like Vanderbilt and Goodwin step up a little more, but again, in a 27-point blowout against the 1 seed, there is not much to critique. And we got to see a Bronny 3 as well. I can't wait to see him get more playing time in future seasons because he really is not a 55th overall pick. He's going to be a solid role player as he gets bigger and gets more in-game reps at the highest level. And now moving on, let's talk about the big question. The Lakers have 4 games left, and they kind of control their own destiny. So as much as I hate talking about it, the big question is, who should the Lakers want to face in the first round? Is it the Warriors, is it Minnesota, or is it the Clippers? Honestly, I think that answer is easy. I would want to play the Warriors because LeBron can offset Jimmy Butler, and then it basically becomes an offensive battle between Luka and Curry, and then Reeves is kind of the unaccounted for man that can have his way all series long. I think Reeves is miles ahead of Pods, and I'm not that big of a fan of the Warriors bench. Minnesota could be an interesting matchup. I don't think the Lakers should want that one because Anthony Edwards is such a dog and he is just such a fun player to watch. But if it was them or the Clippers, I would choose Minnesota then because I think the Clippers are a no-go. They are really good and Kawhi could cause nightmares defensively in a 7-game series. But either way, my motto has always been to be the man, you have to beat the man. And I don't think the Lakers are too worried about their matchup. They are just worried about closing the season out the right way because they have some big tests coming up. They play OKC again, then they play Dallas, and then they play Houston. But nonetheless, great performance by the Lakers in this dominating W over the Thunder, and I'm going to stop yapping. Here's what some of the guys had to say in their post-game interview.
We were very connected, what we were trying to do defensively, and very committed to where we felt like we could generate good shots offensively against a terrific defense. And there wasn't a let up to that. There wasn't any overreactions to certain possessions. And then we played at a pretty slow pace there in the second half, but didn't allow them to get out and really have enough possessions to get back into the game, which also was important. And I think our guys did a good job of not just building the lead, but besides that run they made in the second quarter, they maintained that cushion throughout the game, and that's really hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, between them and Cleveland are the best teams in the NBA, so they're the #1 team in the West, and you can't have a let-up no matter what the score is. They're always going to make a push, and that's why they are where they are at this position in this part of the season. So, it was a really good game for us, and we can build off of it.
What do you think was the biggest reason you were generating such good looks through 3 and then that started to happen?
We just played with some pace. We got to where we wanted to get to offensively, and AR did what AR did. What he does every single night. You had 2 layups in a row. Oh, that's bogus. He blocked that one? Okay. I'll give you one. Second one was nasty. AR does what AR do, man.
That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point. Let me know what you thought about this game and this recap in the comments below. And please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, because your support truly does mean the world. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.